Alcohol, sex, and drugs, and those, I think, are major issues with my age group right now.
You know, you spend most of your time around your friends, you pick up, you know, their influences, traits, and all that. So if you're hanging out with the wrong people, you can definitely pick up that stuff.
Knowing someone that you love for years and years, just gone, ain't nothing you can do about it.
The people that you hang out with affect the way you are as a person.
You know, I have been locked up before, and there's some things that I could have done that could have changed everything. And so I say Harold Morris had a big impact on my life.
I look at my life today, and I realize that when I was in school, I never prepared myself for the game of life. And that's the most important one of all, the game of life. Growing up in South Carolina, I was an all-state athlete in high school. But I said, I'm not going to college. I'm going to drink beer, chase girls. That's the life. And I began to go to nightclubs. And in there, I consorted with all the scum. I met the prostitutes, the drug addicts, the ex-convicts, you name it, they were there. And young people, it took me 1 year to destroy my life. 1 year. Young people, don't feel sorry for me. I got what I deserved. I consorted with the scum of the earth, and I became as they were. I tell you today that who you associate with in life will determine the outcome of your life, good or bad. Please know that.
Harold Morris is extremely real. He's not like preaching or like trying to hammer anything into your head. He's been there.
It's true. It's not a made-up story. It's an actual real-life story, and you can really see the consequences of actions.
But I'm so thankful that in the darkest hour of my life, I made a decision. I made a decision that life is indeed precious. I was going to fight for my life, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to keep young people from becoming the person I am.
He speaks to teenagers, to young adults, on a level that they can truly understand.
You feel many times that there's no hope, no one cares. And I know that the loneliness you go through, you see, I had low self-esteem. I didn't like myself, and I wanted to be accepted. And young people, alcohol will wreck your life. I know the confusion you go through. I know the sexual pressures. I know your vulnerability to drugs and other problems. When I think of drugs, I'm reminded of Georgia State Penitentiary and the experiences I had there.
Pretty brutal and raw story. I think this guy has definitely been through a lot of tough things.
I think he has some very outrageous stories, and I feel like I can relate because I have two friends that's gone through the same thing.
He has a way of writing in which it really reaches these teenagers, these students, and he touches them in profound ways and changes their lives.
When justice is out of reach.
Welcome to hell.
Two men fight for survival in the place where they were sent to die.
Today, let's look at the negative forces that ruined my life. Alcohol, drugs, always running with the wrong crowd, racism.
It is a story of hope.
One day we're getting out of here.
And redemption.
You know, Honky, we might have come over on different ships, but I think we're in the same boat now.
Unshackled.
The movie Unshackled, I think, really hit home for me. I love the fact that it's a true story, and the way that it deals with love and hatred and racial tension.
And the books and the movie work together so that the young people can receive the message from one or the other or both.
We make sure every student reads this book. It is a required reading, and we do it through our English curriculum. And we use the teacher study guide and the movie to reinforce all of the learning. And we have found that the students are really engaged, and I feel that this is one of the best books on the market, The Law of the Harvest, that teaches our children the principles of choice consequence.
It's a book that I think is going to stick with me for a long time. You know, whatever you plant will grow, and if you're doing the wrong things or hanging out with the wrong people, or just it affects it.
It's a book for everyone. It's not just for those that are at risk. It's not for students that are in trouble or headed that way. It's for all people, grown-ups alike. We can all take something away from this book.
He has a lot of good things to say to motivate you to do better than what you was doing at first. I picture him as a role model. He had to find out the hard way, but he teaching us not to find out the hard way. He wants us to be something in life instead of an inmate.
I just take his motivation of what he went through and just apply it to what I'm going through now.
The Law of the Harvest really made me want to think about the decisions I make in my life.
I feel that this is an excellent book to target home the principle of the Law of the Harvest, which is you reap what you sow.
And when I read it, I knew that I had to pass it on to my daughter, that it had in it critical life lessons that really, in my mind, all teenagers should learn.
My mom bought it for me. She really wanted me to read it. At first, I really didn't want to. I didn't see how it was going to help me, but I started reading it. I started turning the pages, and each page I turned, I was like, wow, you know, he's really talking to me.
I just feel that Harold's books give people hope.
The truths that Harold Morris teaches are universal truths.
The Law of the Harvest really changed my life, actually.
So I just realized, just like, man, it's up to me now.